And then I go to my sort of go-to technique, which is from Robert Monroe. And it's kind of a perspective switching. So once I'm relaxed, I imagine that there is a point of awareness here, and I really try to focus on it. And then I imagine that behind that, there's a point further away, and so on and so forth. And I can even imagine it's in a galaxy, like the next galaxy over. And then intermittently, as I'm doing this, I'm also pulling my awareness back into my body, that, I'm here, I'm inside of my body. And then I focus again on further and further. And that kind of confuses you a bit, because that body image, where is my body kind of a thing. And one of the things that I found early on was that these techniques would lead to very intense vibrations, or these noises, or exploding head syndrome, or even the floating out, or like seeing somebody in my room or something like that. And I didn't like those things because it's very, very intense. So what I would do, especially earlier on, was I would do the technique and then I would just fall asleep. And then the technique would still induce the OBE, but I'm unconscious during the really intense part. And you don't even know if the intense part is actually happening or not. Like, do you need to be aware for that to happen or not? But then you suddenly wake up in the middle of the night. You might feel the vibrations, but you're a bit more well rested and relaxed. And then you can kind of smoothly go out of your body. Although a lot of people, I think most people, say that their experience with an OBE is positive and might have been the best thing in their life, I was very skeptical about some claims that are coming out now, that everyone should have an OBE and that it can kind of cure everything. It's like the new wellness trend, because of both some of my own disturbing or frightening experiences and the reports that I've heard from people too, as well as from the anthropological research, which says that in most cultures where OBEs are mentioned, it's either sometimes everybody does it in dreams, for example. It's a natural thing. But to actually induce it, you're a specialist. You're like a shaman or somebody like that. And that it's not for everyone and it carries risks and things like that. So I wanted to ask about that as well. That, what do they think about me, like just a regular person having OBEs? And in general, the shamans there were like, no, like, niet, don't do it. And I said, even for shamans, it can be difficult. For example, sometimes going back into their body, or it can be emotionally taxing sometimes, or they can have frightening encounters with entities. And, it can be very intense. So